영원히 stay gold and never let go.
Hi, you can't see me, but we are doing a shelf tour video. So for the past few months, I had no available shelf space anywhere. I have 3 bookshelves, which are dedicated to my K-pop albums. Who needs books when you buy albums? And, there was just no way to properly display everything, and it was running out of room. And then I was trying to reorganize so everything could fit nicely and presentably, and it wasn't working. And I was trying to reorganize yesterday before I went to work because I had a few hours. And then something just clicked in my head. I kind of went off the deep end. I lost it. And I just started taking albums off the shelf left and right. I was like, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And long story short, I have some before photos, but I didn't take the full picture of the shelves, but insert photos here. I've now successfully filled up 5, or was it 6? 5 or 6 big plastic storage bins full of albums that I don't have on my shelf. And they're now in the storage boxes in my attic. And you're probably like, okay, well, if you put those in the storage boxes, why are you still keeping them? Why not sell them? Well, I have a 400 disc CD holder that I got for Christmas last year that I put all the discs in so I could easily get to the CDs without actually wearing and tearing through the album packaging, because the album packaging does wear out over time. I have albums that shows that. So they're all in there, and the CD holder is in my room, so I have easy access to the CDs, because I didn't want to get rid of the CDs because I still like them. So that sounds really like, oh, woe is me, I have 3 bookshelves worth of albums and I just filled up 6 boxes worth. Sorry, but that's how I did it. And I decided to leave out the ones that I've bought in 2019. All the albums I bought in 2019 are on display on my shelves somewhere around the room. And then my just top 10 favorite boy groups, the 2 girl groups in my life that give me love, and some other boy groups that I really wanted to keep out on display, as well as some soloists. So without further ado, presenting the ugly brown shelf that is probably 15 years old, not even, probably more like 20 something years old. This was my sister's old bookshelf, and I think her dad made it for her or painted it for her, something like that. Her dad is not my dad. My mom had her with a previous relationship, so FYE. Anyways, TMI. Anyways, here is Infinite. So I also rearranged some stuff because I always see people's bookshelves with albums on display and everything just looks so cool and cute. Like they stack stuff, they put stuff how they want it. And I could never do that because I never had the room or the liberty to. So now that I have taken stuff away and put them in the boxes, I have the capacity to show off albums in a more cute, aesthetic, quote unquote, fashion. I guess you could say that. So here is the Infinite shelf. So Infinite is on the top shelf. So what we have is the star card binder, and then these are the big albums here. And then on top of that are the mini albums, which are always in those rectangulars. And then this is a soundtrack that Myungsoo was a part of the drama. Why was he not singing on the soundtrack though? The fuck? Come on now. Then we have some Top Seed and some other albums there. These are Japanese jewel case releases, and then these are the single albums / the full-length albums, and then there's some more Japanese releases, and then these are solos, which I realized I put Sungyu's solos before the 2 Be Mine Japanese albums. I have to switch that later. There's Infinite H, Wooyeon, Infinite F. Too Hard is there, some DVDs, star card holder cases, Myungsoo's photography books, and there's another soundtrack for Shut Up Flower Boy Band where he actually does get to sing. So that's the Infinite shelf in a nutshell. Super pleased with how it turned out. I don't have any issues with that one. Then next, we move on to the 17 shelf. So originally 17 was just in this one rectangle. And clearly from 30 something albums of 17, I think it's 30 or 31 albums of 17, there was not enough space to properly show off all the albums in one small cubicle. This used to be Astro's shelf. I've moved Astro to a different shelf for the moment. But anyways, here's 17. So we have the 2016 calendar, which is technically my first season's greetings I ever bought. And then there's like the albums, mostly in release date order. And then I stacked the teenage and director's cut and AL1 albums, and those can easily be flipped vertically again when more albums get released by 17. And then here are the You Made My Dawn and You Make My Day albums. They're on top of the Unowed albums. You can't see, but I also, the black one is there. Well, it's actually dark blue, I think. Then we have my signed copy from M-Wave of this Boys Be album. The other one is a Dogyum signature, and it's over there. Then my 17 light stick version 2, and then the Love and Letter repackage. And then moving lower, we have this shelf, which is the newest shelf. So this shelf where these stuffed animals were was actually the last usable shelf in my room for K-pop albums, and I just had mismatched and jammed a Tetris puzzle piece of albums in there. But now that I've put in stuff away, it's a full shelf for now to be used for later purposes, probably for EXO, let's be honest. What are these? So the elephant, most of the stuffed animals is stuff that was in my dad's office. He's a fan of Grateful Dead, so 3 of the 4 Grateful Dead bears. My sister has the other one, I believe, and he liked elephants, so elephant meanie baby. And then some other stuff that I bought. I think the pig was bought in Italy. That was a gift from my sister online. Then here are the newest W albums. So those are the first things. And then I stacked the rest of the newest albums here with the table on the bottom because it's actually bigger in size than the other albums. And it just goes up chronologically. And then we have Bridge the World, which is their first Japanese full-length album. Bought it in Japan at a book off for like less than $10. We lived for it. It was used and it practically was like brand new. There was only no photo card, but who cares? So that's the newest shelf. And then the last shelves here are the EX to the O. Let's scoot it like this just so you can see it better. So you're probably like, what are those 2 bottom shelves? Okay, the bottom shelf right there usually holds the CD holder that I have. And then this shelf on the other side, below the other EXO shelf, is where my 101 Seasons Greetings box and my 101 Summer Package box live. So here's EXO. I'm not sure how I really feel about how this format looks for the EXO albums. It's kind of like all over the place, no rhyme or reason. But starting, there's like Mama. All the box-shaped, square-shaped albums are on top. And then the like photo books that I have are there. And then we have like the Up albums, the vertical ones. And then on top of that is like the Japanese ones and Sing For You, the CD case style ones. And then there's the Obsession albums, Exact, EXO-CS, and then Baekhyun, the Snow Globes from Miracles in December. Then Don't Mess Up My Tempo albums were originally in the stack right here, but they couldn't see the spine. So I was like, ugh. So those are on its own. There's this little gap between those and my concert DVDs that could give room for some more EXO growth. And then my 2 light sticks are over there. So my EXO collection, as much as I love it so much, it's not complete. You know, we're almost there. Not quite. You know, it's big enough. Okay, it's big enough. There's a lot of EXO albums. EXO and Infinite are the ones that I have the most albums from. I think there's 50 EXO albums, not including photo books or DVDs. You can count it for yourself if I'm wrong, but I think there's 50. So they have the most. Followed by Infinite, 17, New East. You know. Moving on. This is the rest of my top 10 boy groups. So you saw 17, New East, Infinite, EXO. Then the rest of the top 10 boy groups are here at the moment. So we have my BTS collection, far from complete. You know, I don't need all the versions for BTS. just really need, oh, are you late 2 and too cool for school? And then I'm like, dunzo. Do I want to buy a copy? And then I also like, I'm thinking like, do I need to buy a copy of Wings because I have You Never Walk Alone? Maybe. We'll see. That's a hurdle to get through. Eventually, those albums are not going out of print. It's BTS. Anyways, so You Never Walk Alone is on the side. I made this like lyric photo book for J-Hope just because I was feeling bored and I was feeling creative and crafty. So then these albums, Young Forever is on the bottom. You can't see it, but it's there. And then School Love Affair, and then the Love Yourself series that I have are there. Then we have Dark and Wild, Map of the Soul, Persona, and Part 1 and Part 2 of Most Beautiful Moments in Life. I am currently thinking if I want to display the Jungkook signed one, but I don't know yet. We'll see. So that is the albums and the Funko Pops. So that is the BTS collection. Small. It's cute. I'm happy with it. And then next to them is Day6. So I stacked the jewel case albums. Sunrise is on the very bottom because it's the biggest. Put the Day6 light band wristwatch looking thing on top of that. And then we have the Square album, so Shoot Me and Remember Us. And then there's the Book of Us albums that have been released so far. I don't buy all the versions for my top 10 boy groups, except if I make exceptions. And then there's Moonrise at the very end. So that is Day6 and BTS groups number 5 and 6 respectively. Yes. So it's like, you already know the story. Infinite and EXO are my shared ultimate bias groups. Then 17. Number 3 is Astro. 4 is Newies. Then it's BTS is 5. 6 is Day6. 7 is Pentagon. 101. 8 is NCT. 9 is Pentagon, and 10 is Ateez. So that is the top 10. So there's actually 11 groups in the top 10, but it's the top 10 because that's how I name it. So next we have my Astro collection, which there's a lot of albums for Astro, so they could definitely have their own shelf. But currently, I'm happy with how the Astro albums are displayed. There's the gorgeous, magnificent light stick, favorite light stick I've bought so far. It's gorgeous. Then we have the first mini albums, the like seasons series. On top of everything is the Astro Venus album. Then there's Rise Up, the full-length albums, Blue Flame, the newest release. And then I stood the Dream series up a little different. And that is a pre-order standee that came with the Dream Part 1. There's another standee somewhere. I don't know where it is, though. It's a MJ. And then next to it, since everything for Pentagon that's been released in Korea has been uniform, they easily just stacked up like this. So Gorilla's at the bottom and Summer's at the top. And this year was a great year for me because I bought the Day6 albums I needed and I bought the Pentagon albums I needed. And I'm saying that like it's so cool, but I still haven't bought in those freaking BTS albums. So get it together. We'll get that together. And then next shelf. This is a special shelf to me. It is my 101 shelf. They're my 7th favorite boy group at the moment. And like I said, I don't buy all the versions for top 10 groups 6 to 10, but 101, since they were a temporary group and I was so trash for them, they are like the biggest exception to that rule because I went a little 101 crazy. Like, yeah, as you can see, there is 4 copies of To Be One, Nothing Without You. There's 3. Then I went back to normal and I was like, okay, chill. There's no reason why there was 2 albums released in 2017 and you ended up walking away with 7 copies. Girl. Okay. And then we have Undivided, all 6, because yeah, I don't know. I kind of made this thing to myself where I was like, I'm going to buy all the albums of 101 because I was obsessed. And then we have Power of Destiny, the concert DVD, light stick, the fan club kit, the photo book essay season 2. I don't have everything for 101 either in terms of like the photo books and stuff. I don't know. Those are like on my list of things I would like to buy eventually, but it's not a high priority for me. Then there's also just random memorabilia from 101, some magazines, clear file holders, postcards, the official Kwanlin Standy figurine that I got as a gift from my homestay mom in Korea. From the adoptee trip in 2014 after I graduated high school, I stayed at her house with her family and another person on the tour. And then in 2017, when I came back to Korea, we met a few times for some dinners, and she splurged on me and bought me the Kwanlin thing there because she asked what groups I was into nowadays, and I said 101 was my favorite at the moment. And we went to Miniso. I think that's where they were selling the Miniso. She bought it for me. She asked the worker, Kwanlin specifically, and she bought me a third copy of the Nothing Without You album at the bookstore that was also in the area. So that was super amazing. She's like so nice, y'all. Super nice. So that's 101, 7th favorite boy group. You're probably like, okay, but they're not going to ever make new music. But they're still my 7th favorite boy group. Then we have lower the shelf. We have NCT and Ateez. And then Super M is in the middle. And on top of that are these EXO Pepero figurines. So Pepero Day, November 11th, it came. And they were selling these like EXO Pepero box sets at convenience stores. And they came with a bunch of free stuff. So I bought a box set of it, which was really crazy at the time. So NCT, their albums are all sorts of shapes and sizes. So there's no really like great way to properly show everything where it's like uniformed. So I did it the best to my abilities, like regulates in the back. The regular albums are on the bottom, and then it just kind of goes up by size and stuff. So I like how it looks at the moment. NCT, cool beans, you know, there we go. And then Ateez is another exception where I kind of just was like, okay, well, I'm really into them this year, so I might as well just buy all the versions. I don't know if I'm going to continue buying all the versions for Ateez because I don't do it for other top 10 groups. So we'll see. But Ateez is growing. So there's Ateez. Love Ateez. We live for Ateez. And then after that is my Monsta X and the Boys albums. So they were two groups that I am still collecting albums from, still want to collect albums from going into 2020. And I decided to just keep them on the shelves because there's a significant amount of the Boys albums and Monsta X albums to kind of give their own shelf. So there's the Boys over there. I don't buy all versions. It just so happened that I bought all 3 versions of Dreamlike. I don't really know how to explain that, except that right time, right place, I guess. And then we have Monsta X right there. I have almost a complete Monsta X collection in terms of 1 version for each album at the bare minimum. I just need a copy of the first full-length album because I only have the repackaged. I need the album with Jealousy on it, and I need Are You Here? Is that the name of it? The album is Shootout, and then I'm pretty much good. And I decided to display the show new lyric book that I got for the fall of Find You. That is my second shelf. All right, this is the third shelf. We'll try to make this part very short because I'm talking too much. So we have Twice and Red Velvet, my 2 favorite girl groups at the moment. Twice is a huge collection. It's not all the way there. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to buy all the versions. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Fancy You is on the bottom. There's the light stick and then some more decoratives. And then the Red Velvet collection, that is the Love Potion from Harry Potter that I bought in Orlando Studios. Thing tasted like complete syrup sugar and it was nauseating, but the bottle was cute and it fits the theme of the 2 girl groups that ruined my life on a consistent basis. So Red Velvet and Twice. And I'm really excited for the finale. It's going to be a bop. The album that's right below Reve Festival Day 1 is the Oompa Loompa album. So there we go. And then this shelf is basically a bunch of soloists. So right there we have my IU albums. There is some that I'm missing, like the earlier releases. We'll get those eventually. And then these are other soloists. So Lehigh, there's 2 OSTs. So Mr. Sunshine and While You Were Sleeping. While You're Sleeping is my favorite drama, and it really makes me upset. And I kind of get now why some like hardcore R. Kelly music fans are like, oh my gosh, yeah, everything that came out about him is like really atrocious, but I grew up on the music or something like that. Not saying I grew up on the While You Were Sleeping soundtrack, but I did listen to those songs quite a bit when it was airing the drama because I was so obsessed with the drama. And then it just turns out that Roy Kim and Eddie Kim had some shit to do in the group chat for the Burning Sun scandal. I'm like, you trash bag bitches. If you didn't partake in the filming or you didn't partake in spreading the films, you at least saw it, or you were in the chat and you didn't say nothing. So that makes you like guilty by association. I don't fucking like that shit. I don't remember the exact details of what they did. All I know is they didn't get a jail sentence, but like fucking trash regardless. Just because your homeboys did it and you didn't have the guts to tell them they was fucked up in the head for it, that's garbage on your half too. But the damn song that Eddie Kim did on the soundtrack is like so beautiful and was the first OST for the drama, and I really like that song and I can't stop listening to it. Like, I know it's like R. Kelly's shit is terrible and he's like had years of being terrible, but there's probably been like a good amount of time that the Burning Sun scandal has too. So I'm not saying one is worse than the other because both crimes are equally atrocious and heinous, but the fucking soundtrack is a big part of my life and it's a big part of my 2017. So I'm pissed, but I still show it love because I can't help it. Okay. And then we have the little small collection of K-R&B artists. So we have like Sam Kim, Jooyoung, Crush, Zion T, Hoodie, Dean. Dean, where your second album at, boo? Stop playing games, Dean. And then there's PH1 right there. So that's like the soloist shelf. Technically, the OSTs are also just a bunch of soloists singing songs. Minus the newest W song that's in the Mr. Sunshine soundtrack. So, soloist shelf. And then moving down here are mostly albums I bought in 2019 with a few faves that are kept on the shelf for display purposes. And then these big purple blocks are my photo card binders. So one of these is like most of the photo cards from various groups. Majority of my girl group photo cards are in there. Actually, all my girl group photo cards are in there. Then one of them is just containing EXO, Infinite, Astro 17, New East, and BTS. And then the other one contains the rest of my top 10 boy groups. And then this is like bigger stuff that isn't actually like a photo card. And so then we have Taeyeon here. And then there's 2 FX albums that are just like staples to me. And I wanted to keep them out. Then my IOI album that's signed by all the members. I mean, I could display it. Maybe one day we will. I have my Eyes on One albums because I still have hope that we might get that Blue Eyes album. Then over there, we have ITZY, Rocket Punch, and Blackpink. Some of the few girl group releases that I bought in 2019. 2019 was really filled with me buying a lot of boy groups. What else is new though? And then over here, we have Octong Musician. I am planning to buy the 3rd album sooner or later. And then we have my TXT albums, my X1 albums, the X1 standees. That thing is Liquid Luck, the like potion they made in the Harry Potter Half-Blood Prince movie and book. It also tasted like hot garbage. It was too damn sweet. But the gold color is so beautiful that I just kept it like that. And then lowering to the second to last shelf, we have my post 101 releases. So we have everything that I've bought in from 101 related members since 101 disbanded. Not complete by a long shot. I'm missing some Jisung and Sungwoon, Bae-jin Young solo, Jaehwan solo albums, but I've started a small collection of them. So there you go. And there's also the MXM album, which is the white one, unmixed. Part of AB6 collection, so I had to keep it with AB6. And then I have my M-Wave special signed copy of the Kwanlin Musuk album. I saw the opportunity to finally get a Kwanlin signature, guaranteed Kwanlin signature, so I snatched it up. I also have a regular copy behind it. Then we have the other boy group albums. Minus Victon's first mini album and B2B's Brother Act, everything was bought in 2019. So we have the nostalgias and some other boy group miscellaneous things. So that is that shelf. Kept Brother Act there because I really like that album. And then Victon's first mini album is there because I'm kind of debating if I want to buy more Victon albums. Maybe. We'll see. And then the last shelf is the JYP Boys minus 2 p.m. I'm sorry, 2 p.m. But here we have more like 2 p.m. is JYP men. Like, they're men. I mean, technically all men, but the boys. Okay. So, GOT7 and Stray Kids. I was thinking that I was going to put GOT7 in the storage boxes as well, but I want to buy their latest album. And I kind of want to go back and buy the other albums that I missed when I was like on a period where I was kind of like iffy about GOT7's music. I've really been enjoying their music this year. Like their past releases that I wasn't too fond of, I've kind of re-listened to and been like, you know what? This is actually pretty solid. So yeah. And then Stray Kids is over there because it's a growing group that I want more albums from. I'm going to get more albums from. And this is very trashy because I don't buy light sticks to buy light sticks. I buy light sticks to go to concerts with them. With the exception of Twice, because I saw the Twice light stick in Korea. It was less than $40. And you can't get that price here with shipping in the United States for a legit light stick. So that was the exception. But I really like the design of the Stray Kids light stick, so I bought it. It's coming soon. And it will be nicely displayed on the shelf with the Stray Kids album. So that is my new shelves. I'm very happy with how this looks. There's tons of room on all the shelves, minus the one-on-one shelf, for albums to grow, collections to expand. I feel really great about how this all looks for the most part. Some group sections of albums look a little wonky, but I'm really happy with how stuff turned out. I'm very happy. I don't feel stressed. I don't look at the shelves and be like, oh my gosh, everything is just like so tightly packed. I can't display anything cutely. Everything is displayed cute now. Everything is displayed cute. I'm so excited. I'm excited. 2020, I am going to kind of limit my buying on new groups, I would say. But pretty much all the groups that are on these shelves concurrent right now are groups that I want to buy their albums from going into 2020. So that is that. I'm excited for the new year, and I'm excited that my shelves finally look semi-decent. Like, life is good. Life is good. So thank you for watching this video. It's probably long as I'm sorry about that. And we will see you on the next one. We'll end it with the nice shot of 101 because the legacy lives on. I just need news from Mnet of what is going to be the futures of IZ*ONE and X1. And yeah, could you drop that by the end of this year? Because I'd like to go into 2020 knowing that these groups are solid. Okay. Bye.